Hey kids, welcome to C3Kids Online. My name is Jay Hyam and I will be your C3Kids Online host for this week. Well, let me begin by first saying Happy New Year. That's right, it's 2021, a brand new year. It's also the first Sunday in January, which means we begin a brand new series, a series that we are calling Unboxed. This month, we're going to be taking a look at some amazing gifts that we have been given by God. Now, I'm guessing that you probably had a pretty fun week opening up gifts and maybe playing with some new toys that you had received at Christmas. I know at my house, we had a blast building Legos and trying out some of the new things that we received for Christmas. But I have to be honest, I'm a little sad. I'm sad because Christmas is almost over. You see, in just a few more days, we will begin taking down the decorations. We will take apart the tree. We'll put everything in boxes and we'll put them in storage until next Christmas. And soon, all those new gifts, well, they won't be new anymore. And while Christmas coming to an end makes me sad, I know that the gifts that come from God are gifts that last forever. This month, we're going to learn that everyone has special gifts and that God uses our gifts to help others. We're also going to learn that blessings are gifts that God gives us, and we're going to see that we can care about what God cares about. And then finally, we'll learn that we can trust God with our gifts. Now, I don't know about you, but I am super excited to get started with this week's lesson. So let's watch this together.
Hey friends, how are you doing today? Are you wondering about this present too? I wonder what's inside. You know what? It kind of reminds me of a stage. Let's use it as one. I love performing. I can do all kinds of things. Watch. Now, on the count of 3, everyone shout out something you're really good at. 1, 2, 3. What? That's so cool! Want to know something even cooler? God made all of us to be good at different things. These things are sometimes called gifts. No, not gifts like presents. Gifts like talents. Me? I really like to sing. My friend Marco? He's good at making people smile. And my mom? She's a doctor and knows how to help people feel better. In the book of 1 Corinthians, a man called the Apostle Paul wrote that God made all of us unique. Paul wanted the people listening to his words to know something really important. We all have different gifts. God made each of us with different things we are good at that we can use to help others. Every gift that we have comes from God and is a special way to share God's love. This week, look at the people around you and celebrate the things you see that they're good at. Does your grandpa give really good hugs? Tell him so. Does your friend make up fun games? Yay! Is your teacher extra patient? Thank them for their help. Notice the different gifts that people have around you and look for the gifts that you have too. We can celebrate what we're good at because everyone is made with gifts.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather give a gift or get a gift? Well, I like getting gifts, but I also like giving gifts. Both are okay, and we can like both. We can like getting gifts and we can like giving gifts. But when it comes to gifts, there's nothing like the gifts that God gives us. No, I'm not talking about these gifts. The gifts that God gives us are special gifts. In fact, He has given you a special gift. And our big idea today helps us remember that everyone has special gifts. Let's take a few minutes to visit our friends over at Grow TV and see what Carl is up to.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Please. Oh, hey there, you chicken nuggets. Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Sorry, kids. I was just doing something really important. You see, I was asking God for gifts. Yeah, I know that sounds kind of weird, but I didn't get a lot of gifts this year for Christmas. You see, when you get older, you don't get as many gifts as you did when you were a kid. So I figured, who has the power to give me gifts? First, I thought about my Mamaw, but she's probably tired of me asking all the time. Then I thought about asking my friend Paco, but he doesn't have a lot of money, or any money at all, because he spends it all on corn dogs and ice cream. So then I thought of God, and God created the whole universe, so I figured he could give me a gift or two. You follow me? You smell what I'm stepping in? So I made a list of all the gifts that I want, because right now, I don't have any. Here's a few things I'm wanting. A rocking horse, a bag of chicken nuggets, new car, new truck, a bigger truck to pull the other truck in the other car, a band of monkeys, gift card to Amazon, light up shoes, skateboard, Subway sandwich, water bottle, Kool-Aid to put in the water bottle, pet lizard, skydiving lessons, haircut, new sweater, and karate lessons. Those are just some of the few ideas that I have. But I don't have any of it. I have no gifts.
No gifts?
Ah!
I forgot how much of a scaredy cat you are.
I'm not a scared cat. I'm a toughy pup. I don't know.
So how are you?
Not too bad. Just kind of bummed that I don't have any gifts.
What? What about the 10 pounds of chocolate-covered marshmallows I got you?
Yeah, that took me about 3 hours to get through.
Wow, you weren't supposed to eat them all at once.
Yeah, so now I have no gifts.
Well, that's not technically true.
What does that mean?
Well, do you know what spiritual gifts are?
Are those the gifts that you get from your aunt who loves church?
No, not exactly. You see, in 1 Corinthians, Paul talks about how God gives us gifts to use so that others can get to know God better.
So gifts that they can open and use, like a baseball glove or a packet of gum?
No, these gifts would be something that we usually can't see.
Like invisible?
Kinda. Some of the spiritual gifts that the Bible mentions is wisdom, miracles, healing, prophecy, and a few others that God has given to people.
Wow. So being able to make good choices, figuring out impossible things, and helping others in really cool ways?
You got it, just like so many other people in the Bible.
Wow, that is pretty cool. I wish I had a gift like that.
That's the thing I'm trying to help you understand, Carl. God has given you a gift.
Really? Then why don't I feel like I do?
Maybe it's just because you don't know what it is yet. Maybe that's something you should be asking for.
So I just ask for it?
Why not? That's what the Bible says to do.
What? Where?
I think it's in Luke 11.
Let me see. Let me see. Jesus says, "So I say unto you, ask, and it will be given unto you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened unto you."
For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Wow, pretty cool, right? Carl, where'd you go?
I know that everything the Bible says is true, but I don't think this is working, Cassie.
Well, first of all, Carl, that door is not locked.
Huh? Oh.
And that's not the kind of door Jesus is talking about here. Ask, seek, and knock are all actions we can do to ask God for gifts. But it's not just a simple gift exchange. The Bible is telling us that we can ask God for gifts that we need, but we gotta keep having conversations with God. Because God knows what we need more than we do. And we can actively do stuff that shows that we rely on God's wisdom.
So talk to God and trust that God knows better?
Yeah, and trust that God will give you everything you need. That's faith. It's knowing that something is there, even if we can't see it at the moment.
If God knows what we need, then why do we need to ask for it?
Well, it shows a lot of faith to ask God for something, and trust that God will provide it in a way that's best.
Wow, that is really good to hear. So does that mean I can get anything I want?
Not quite. Let's say you ask for a fish,
Yuck, why would I want a fish?
but then I give you a snake.
Ah, no, fish. I'll stick with the fish.
Would you like that, or would that be good for you?
No way.
Well, that's what Jesus says in Luke. God knows what you need, and will give it to you, as long as what you're asking for is what's good for you and others.
Okay, now I get it. That's really cool. And now I feel so much better. I just love knowing that God cares about me enough to give me gifts. I wonder what my spiritual gift is.
I think it might be curiosity. You're always asking questions and curious about what God is teaching us.
Maybe you're right. I think your gift is cheering people up when they're really confused. Not that I get confused, I'm just saying for other people that do. Anyways, I love that everyone has special gifts.
Absolutely. That's also our big idea.
No! What? Today's big idea is everyone has special gifts.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. Ready? 1,
2,
3.
everyone has special gifts! Everyone does!
I'm really excited for you to find out what your special gifts are.
Well, I think I know what one is.
Really? What is it?
This. You try it.
Oh no, I don't think I have that gift. No thanks. See you next week, kiddos.
I can do it. I think I messed up.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Did you know that in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, we can actually read about the gifts that God gives? Let's take a few minutes and look at what is written for us in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 4. You can follow along with me. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them, in everyone, it is the same God at work. Now to each one, the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. To one, there is given through the Spirit a message of wisdom. To another, a message of knowledge by the means of the same Spirit. To another, faith by the same Spirit. To another, gifts of healing by that one Spirit. To another, miraculous powers. To another, prophecy. To another, distinguishing between spirits. To another, speaking in different tongues. And still to another, the interpretation of tongues. All these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and He distributes them to each as He determines. You see, there are different kinds of gifts, but God gives each gift, and He gives those gifts to everyone as He sees best. Now, we may all have different gifts and different ways of using those gifts. There are probably some things that I can do that you can't do, and there are probably some things that you can do that I can't do. But that's the thing. God gives gifts as He sees fit. Different people get different gifts. So what gifts has God given to you? Do you know? Maybe you do, but maybe you don't, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to think about our gifts, or maybe even ask God or someone else to help us discover our gifts. Well, here's a way that you might be able to discover some of the gifts that God has given to you. We call it the SHAPE inventory, SHAPE. And each letter stands for something that will help us discover what our gifts might be. S stands for spiritual gifts. What is your spiritual gifts? Is it knowledge? Do you have the ability to understand really hard things? Maybe your gift is wisdom. Maybe you're good at giving advice to someone. If you don't know what your spiritual gift is, don't worry. In time, you will learn. H is for heart. What do you love to do? Now, I don't mean, sitting playing with toys. I mean, what do you love to do? Do you like spending time with people? Do you like drawing pictures or writing notes to cheer people up? Well, that's what I mean by what do you love to do? A is ability. What abilities or natural gifts do you have? Sometimes we call them talents. Are you good at playing an instrument? Are you really good at playing a sport? Maybe you're really good at art. Maybe you're just really good at school. Those abilities might be some of the things that God will use so that you can serve others. P is for personality. Are you loud and outgoing, or are you quiet and reserved? You might not know it, but I'm actually very quiet and reserved. But knowing my personality helps me know how I can serve others. And our last letter, E, is for experiences. Now, through your life, you'll have all sorts of experiences, good and bad. But it's God that uses those experiences to help other people. You know, we use the Shapes inventory here at C3. It is a great way for us to discover what our gifts are and how we might be able to use them to serve the people around us. You see, you might not know your gift now, but you have gifts. You have special gifts. Because with God, everyone has special gifts. Well, we are just about out of time, but before we go, let's take a few seconds to discover what our Bible verse is for this month. This month, our Bible verse comes from 1 Peter 4:10, and it reads like this. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others. 1 Peter 4:10. Let's try this one together. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others. 1 Peter 4:10. Nice job, everyone. Now, don't forget, you can print out the Bible verse and then hang it up somewhere around your house so that you can practice it all month long. And by the end of the month, we'll check to see how much you can remember. Now, parents, don't forget to visit c3kidswheeling.com and print out this week's Grow at Home materials. You will also find there on the website things like coloring pages, activities, sing-along videos, and other resources to help you get through this week's lesson. And make sure you're following us on Facebook at our C3 Kids Facebook page. There you will find reminders, links, pictures, news and updates, and a whole lot more. It's a great way for you to stay connected with everything that we're doing at C3 Kids while we're here online. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. And we look forward to continuing our new series, Unboxed, as we take a look at the gifts that God gives us. Until then, have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday right here on C3 Kids Online. Bye.